If this new Hyundai had to introduce itself and it could speak, I imagine it would say something like, "My name is the 2023 Hyundai Grand i10 Nios and I am not an SUV." In a world where every vehicle is either an SUV or trying really hard to be one, does the humble hatchback still have a place? Well, if sales numbers are to be believed, then the Grand i10 Nios itself sells a significant amount of number even now. And this, as I mentioned, is the first facelift of this vehicle. So in this video, I will tell you the 5 major changes that have happened and if this hatchback still makes sense to buy in a market full of SUVs. My name is Akash Paul, you are watching TOI Auto, and if you happen to like this video, make sure that you hit the like button, subscribe to our channel if you have not done up until now, because we keep on putting out good automotive content, perhaps the best automotive content. Now let's begin. The very first change, well, it's in the design. You can see it has a new front, and I'll show you it also has a new rear design. And the biggest change even at the front is this new grille. So now you do not have that same trapezoidal grille, you have an all black unit here, which looks a little simpler than before, and I think that's partially because the boomerang shaped LED DRLs have been moved from somewhere around here to here. So now the DRLs are right here, and you also do not get a fog lamp in this. So that has changed, and the headlamp unit that you see here is the same. It's a projector halogen unit, not LED. Even the logo here, it's a small detail, but they have changed it. It's bigger and it's slightly different to look at. Altogether, if you look at it from a normal height, it looks fine, but I think when you look at it from a lower angle, it does feel a little simple. I have seen some comments online disputing the looks, if they're good or not. I want to know your opinion, if you like the look of this new Grand i10 Nios or not. And continuing with the design, well, on the side you can see you now get a new design for the 15-inch diamond cut alloy wheels. The size is the same, you still get 15-inch units, but gone is the petal-like design, and now you have this kind of 5-spoke design, which I personally do like more than before. The rest of the side profile, well, it remains the same except for one tiny fact, and that is the entire length. So now this car is about 10 mm longer. The wheelbase is the same height, width, everything is the same. So that means it is still going to easily fit into smaller spaces and also provide the same amount of space on the inside. People who used to compare the tail lamp design of the previous Grand i10 Nios and the Tata Tiago are going to be disappointed that Hyundai has changed the tail lamp design. You get a new unit which looks smarter, I must say, and between the tail lamps is this bar. Now, I did not say light bar because this does not light up, so it's just there as a cosmetic addition. In fact, if you look at the pictures normally, you might not even recognize that there is a bar in the middle, especially in this red color option that we have today. Apart from that, the lid over here, the boot lid, has been also redesigned very slightly, but altogether I think I do like the look of the rear. In fact, all around, I think I like this version of the Nios more than the previous one. It looks a little more sporty in my humble opinion. The second change, well, it's in terms of the equipment you get on the inside. Largely, if you look at the dashboard, the space, it's the same as before, but now you do get a new instrument cluster. Gone is the slightly quirkily designed instrument cluster of the old model, which was unique, but now you have a more conventional design wherein you have 2 analog dials and a 3.5-inch digital display in the center. It shows you all the information that you would require and is very good to use, I would say, generally. The other change you get now is that you have a Type-C fast charging port. So since we have more and more devices which support fast charging and the Type-C socket is becoming more and more common, so this is a good addition Obviously, you get a wireless charging pad because this is a Hyundai car. You have an 8-inch touchscreen infotainment system with smartphone connectivity. This is all same as before. The seats, however, are different. You get this new pattern on the fabric. Sadly, however, you do not get adjustable head restraints for the driver and the co-passenger. So that is a bit of a miss. Otherwise, it's a good cabin. It feels good, nicely built, and you basically have almost all features that you would require. Safety is a very important thing when you buy a vehicle for you and for your loved ones, and the Grand i10 Nios has just become a whole lot better in this aspect. This is the third point that we'll talk about, safety. Yes, the safety kit is better now because you now get 6 airbags in the top end model, the one that we have right now. But don't worry, even if you buy the base variant or a lower one, you do not get just 2 airbags. You get driver, passenger, and even side airbags. So this is part of the standard equipment. Plus, Hyundai is also giving owners the ability to add 6 airbags to any of their Grand i10 Nios trims. So that is also a great thing from Hyundai's side. Apart from this, you also get rear parking sensors and a camera. You have electronic stability control. You also now get a tire pressure monitoring system, so that way you can check the level of air in your tire and to also identify any punctures. On top of this, there is another feature which is the hill start assist, which is now available in certain variants of the car. So all of this makes the new Grand i10 Nios a much safer proposition than it was. Now I'm driving the Grand i10 Nios and I will talk about the fourth change, and that comes in the form of the engines. Well, there is only one engine now, the 1.2 liter naturally aspirated petrol one, which was also there earlier. It still is there, but the diesel and the 1 liter turbo petrol, they have been taken away, which is a bit sad because if you did like those specific engines, well, you no longer can have them with the new Grand i10 Nios. This 1.2 liter engine is pretty good in what it has to do. It is a frugal engine. You get claimed figures of about 20 kilometers to a liter, whether you go for the manual or the automatic. Yes, this car is still being offered with a manual and an automatic. The automatic is an AMT, while the manual is a 5-speed regular unit, and the clutch and gearbox work as they used to, which means that they are pretty good to use in city driving. They won't stress you too much. Even the engine is very silent. In fact, when you're idling, it almost feels as if the engine is switched off. It's that good. But it is not a very quick engine. If you want to make an overtake maneuver, if you want to climb up speeds, you will have to wait a little bit after you press the accelerator pedal. So sadly, now that the Grand i10 Nios looks a little more sporty, you do not have an engine to match that exterior character. What Hyundai has done is that this engine is now E20 fuel compliant. That means it can take 20% blended ethanol fuel and it will work absolutely fine with that. We did do a video on blended fuels and you can see that by going through the card in this video. But back to this car, you also get for your driving pleasure a cruise control system. If you want a CNG vehicle, then you can obviously go for the CNG variant of the Grand i10 Nios. It produces a bit less power and torque, but it'll be even more frugal. However, the CNG model is not available with the AMT option. Now, the fifth and probably the one change that you might be waiting to hear about is in the price. The Grand i10 Nios now starts at a price of 5,68,500 rupees ex-showroom. Now this is an introductory price and it goes all the way up to about 8.5 lakh rupees, in even that is the ex-showroom price. And compared to the old model, the change is about in the range of 20 to 30,000 rupees, which I think is quite a justified hike considering all that equipment you are getting with this new model. In fact, even after the prices go up, given that they don't go up too much, which they won't, this car will still justify the cost that you pay for it. It certainly has a lot of features which are unique in this segment. You get a good looking vehicle, you get a decently packed interior and driving performance, which will be good for city driving and the occasional highway runs. Yes, if you want something more sporty, you might have to look elsewhere or pray to the gods that Hyundai releases the 1-liter engine with the Grand i10 Nios once again. So there were the 5 big changes in the 2023 model of the Grand i10 Nios. I hope you liked this video. If you did, as I mentioned earlier, do give us a like. If you still have any comments or questions related to this vehicle, make sure to put them down in the comments below. Subscribe to our channel, hit the bell icon. Stay safe when you go out, when you're riding or driving, and I will see you again in the next video. Bye bye.